Right, now I've got a feeler gauge here. I'm just going to put my greasy fingers on it. Okay, I'm going to put it in to check this gap, and you'll see before I do it, it's sparking fine. So let's just contaminate these points faces with, excuse me, I'm trying to use one hand here, it's not easy. I'm putting them on the points face, I've checked the gap, and now weaker spark. Let's try it a bit more grease. Yep. Put a little bit of grease on the points gap. There we are. And look, no spark at all. And that's just because I had a bit of grease on my feeler gauges. If I clean that off, it may be tricky, we'll see. So I need a bit of card, or I actually use gasket paper cut-offs. So the way to do that, get your bit of gasket paper. It's nearly impossible one hand, I have to say. Pull open the points, slip in the paper, whoops, that's it, right, that's in. Grind it in and out, hopefully it takes off the stuff. Try it. Still nothing, you see. So just rubbing paper in isn't always enough to clean it. There's proof there. Now we know that that was working alright. So if I just flick this now, and then look, still nothing. Well, it is absolute proof that you can still contaminate the points. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this on the bloody tripod, pause it, and I'll clean these points with something a bit better, like I think a bit of carb cleaner on this paper, and then we'll have a go. Excuse me for pausing. Gotcha. So what I decided to do is use some normal paper ripped off my pad, because it's not greasy like gasket paper is. Be a bit drier and more porous, because gasket paper of course can't be porous. So this is more absorbing the grease. I put that in there and dragged it out to make the paper so it wouldn't rip. I just eased the pressure off the spring so it would drag it out nicely. If I'd have left all of the spring pressure on there, it may have ripped the paper or left fragments. But now you'll see it's sparking. So conclusion to this is, when you've fitted your new magneto in here, you've got to check the points gap is about 17 thou. It's very, very easy to get it contaminated, and it doesn't necessarily clean out and allow you to spark just using normal cleanup methods. The acid test really is to put your multimeter across the two terminals between the kill wire and the earth, and make sure when the points are closed it's no more resistance than your meter leads, in other words about 0.2 ohms. If you've got a resistance reading with the kill switch disconnected or in the run position, if you've got a reading more than 1 ohm, it means you've got high resistance here when they're closed, i.e. dirty, and it won't spark. I'll just show you. I'll pause now and show you what resistance I've got here. Okay, so I'm measuring between the earth and the kill wire. It's actually the black one in this case. The points are in the closed position, which they are most of the rev, and I've got a reading of 0.2 on my low ohm scale. This one can read up to 200 ohms on that scale. Now if I took one of these leads out and I touch it together effectively, you'll see it also reads about 0.2. Just let this settle. There you are. So that's just the resistance of the leads, and then if I put it here, I'm adding in series the resistance of the contact. So if there's any more additional resistance, it means that there's a problem with the cleanness of the points contact, but it's not, it's 0.2 again. So that means there's zero resistance when these are shut. They don't need cleaning. There you go. useful tip.